It's morning now. Cats practically live in here. I have a few more thoughts. Soon I'm going to have to forget or leave this subject of the furnace and warm air heating, but a few more thoughts here. When I was talking about small, and you'd think, oh, it's so crowded, it'd be so crowded. Well, that's when they're indoors. You don't have to be indoors. You can go outdoors, and then here it's not small at all. I mean, there's a world out there. And another thing I was going to say about that is that say you want to be by yourself. What about small then? Or just you and your partner or your wife or your children? Well, that's what folk huts are all about. Elsewhere on this channel, I've talked a lot about folk huts. Folk huts are very small. I mean, they're 100 square feet footprint, although there's a second floor and a garden on the roof and stuff. But the thing about that, I had once mentioned it to a guy, well, actually fairly well-known film director, and he said, no, that could never be. That's smaller than a prison cell, or that's as small as a prison cell. Well, yeah, but that's where you sleep. I mean, a prisoner can't go outside. But in the case of a folk hut, yeah, sorry, true, it's your kitchen and your bedroom and your living space indoors, but you live outdoors so much more of the time. So in a way, you're living in a larger world, because your heating system is so small. Or, well, that didn't quite make sense, but maybe you've understood. Now, getting even smaller, what does a person do if their electricity fails and they're in an apartment in a city? Them and their family, they would probably get in a closet, or the bathroom or something, some little space. That in that desperation. I'm not talking about desperation here. I'm actually talking about a healthier kind of life. Now, the sleeping bag business, when you get that small, see, then you're leaving combustion behind. The problem with combustion in a folk hut is really thermal mass. To have enough thermal mass there so that it'll keep the heat overnight without you having to keep firing it all the time. But clearly that can be done. I'll deal with that later. But like in a sleeping bag, your respiration, you've left combustion and now you're using respiration to keep yourself warm. And that's what animals basically do. Now, two other things I want to say. One, I kind of have been dissing thermostats because I say, oh, they're electric. They don't have to be. There's a kind of thermostat made from a bimetal strip, and I don't know if a lot, but probably quite a few now, wood burners have them, a bimetal strip in a coil, and it will physically, without any electrical input, it will open and shut a damper, like that damper right there. I've got something on my screen. I wonder if that's going to come out in the video. So I wanted to mention that. And still one other thing. A furnace like this is like a flute, as opposed to a furnace with blowers on it, which is more like a forge, but also more like a trumpet where you're pushing a blast of air through it, which you control. But a furnace like this, that's strictly gravity, it's really like a flute, and you need to tune it constantly. That's why you have to be aware of if the wind changes a lot. Well, that flute's going to start drawing harder. So anyway, I guess that's enough for now. I'm wondering about this thing I'm seeing. Oh, that went away. I don't know. Well, all right, bye for now.